Peace, family. What's good? And welcome to World War Wrestling. I'm really inspired by JOWTTD to make this video right now. Because he gets his videos out so quick. Like, the other guys that do pro wrestling commentary do this so well. Like, they're so diligent. They're so, up to date with everything. They're so spot on. And their thumbnails and their headlines are so fucking good. I'm not in competition with nobody. That being I'm competing with myself. I'm trying to make myself better because I'm such a fan of all the other guys and what they do. Wrestle Talk, Akuma, JOWTTD. I'm just such a fan of what they do. Jim Cornette, I really can't bring myself to do anything but just learn from what they're doing. With that, enough dick riding. I wasn't dick riding though. I was not dick riding. I don't do the carousel thing. I don't put on the dress. I don't put on the diaper either, for that matter, King Bach. But NXT, NWA both had brand new episodes today. And then the outgoings of Black History Month. We're in the final runnings right now. And NWA, my favorite tag team, my favorite women's tag team, I would have put them up against any other group of women. Pretty empowered. You know, Asuka and Kyrie. I think they got anybody's number. But Lyra Valkyrie and Tatum Paxley, they're packing them up. You think about Katana, Chance, and Carter, or whatever the hell the other girl's name is. They're going to get hung over. Pretty empowered. It's one of the most dominant women tag teams we got in women's wrestling right now. MK Ultra. It's just mid. I'm just saying. But the King Bees, Kabuki Warriors, they gotta hit the stage. They're done. You got the King Bees. Decay. It's decomposed. It's no more. You got the King Bees in there. Anything is possible. Jazz's girls. Anything is possible. And these two young women, they're throwing pretty empowered. And that's not some Black History shit. That was a build-up. But that's some real shit right there, man. A lot of people talk shit. I mean, a lot of people talk shit. I've never met someone that talks shit that could back it up. On the other hand, we got Tony D'Angelo, Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes, and the only one about that action is Carmelo. D'Angelo spit an amazing promo, and it was nice. It was cool. He did his thing. Jersey. But Ilya in the corner. Yada, yada, yada. Carmelo Hayes. Composed. Focused. Angry. And he came up on top. I don't know what you do with that. I don't know where you go from there. I didn't see Carmelo Hayes beating Ilya Dragunov 1-on-1. I didn't. Not right now, not as a heel, not right after Trick Williams. And this is very D'Angelo looking back on the Legado de Fantasma feud that I would say like really kind of got me into NXT. Other things, the pandemic made me really kind of start paying attention to it. But the Legado del Fantasma feud, that Lucha Underground style, cinematography and storyline and work and plot lines, like, oof, I loved it. It was beautiful. It was incredible. I feel like that was more. I think he was the Cazador or something like that in Lucha Underground. I'm trying to think of the dude's motherfucking name. I can't right now. I keep thinking about Andrade for some reason, and I'm not getting them confused. Like, damn, I can't think of dude's fucking name right now. Dude that looks like Latino Jesus. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. The guy who was like, that's. I feel like that's the D'Angelo effect. Is like the way he beats you. He's a big dude, man. D'Angelo's a big dude. He's pretty quick, you know. But he can just, as soon as he gets a grip on you, you're going over his fucking head somewhere. And I didn't place my hand on it, but Greco-Roman wrestling. I don't know his actual background, but I would just guess Greco-Roman freestyle wrestling, hardcore, and he just has a knack for words. Like he's really good on that mic, and he would make a really good champ. But Carmelo Hayes, man, I feel like it's this type of thing where Carmelo Hayes is going up to the main roster. He's tiptoeing back and forth between both. They're experimenting with him. Carmelo Hayes really needs NXT because unless he goes babyface and becomes like the most lovable household name, which was more of a Trick Williams thing. If they made the piece, they might be able to do that. Or if he joined OTM or something like that, I could see that like panning out as a heel. I definitely didn't see Carmelo Hayes winning against Ilya Dragunov. I didn't see him losing against him either. So this segue here with Stacks interfering or something like that, I kind of liked this a lot better than Ilya versus Carmelo Hayes on NXT. On a Saturday night, on a Sunday night, okay, I would like to see Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya because I feel like Carmelo Hayes is probably going to win then. Ilya versus anybody on a regular Tuesday night, it's Ilya every single time. Like you got to protect your champ. You got to protect your champ. I didn't really take notes for this episode, but I just kind of wanted to get something out there rather than having nothing out there. I've been working on Heroes of Black History too. I've been working on the Wolf of Success Challenge, but in the words of Billy Corgan, the music fans want to focus on the music and they don't want to hear about the wrestling, and the wrestling fans don't want to hear about the music. So, other shit I'm doing is whatever else I'm doing. This project is popular with like 5 or 10 people, maybe 20 of you at a time, and I appreciate every single last one of you. Because I feel like if you're here watching, that means you really love professional wrestling. That means you really want to hear perspective on it. And maybe that not everything but WWE sucks. If I was doing like a regular rundown right now, I would probably compare the two. Just off the tippy top of my head, the tiffy top of my head, I would probably put it's hard to say. The whole body of both shows, I would probably put NXT from start to finish over NWA, this new episode. The matches and storylines, bit by bit, I would probably have to give a few of those matches over to NWA. But as far as like an entertaining television show to watch, NXT is like top tier, to be honest with you. A good, and I think this is like what's really kind of missing in pro wrestling. You need sports entertainers. There's this one match tonight with Gigi Dolan and Miss Parker. I can't remember her first name, but I definitely remember that Miss Parker part. everybody thinking the same motherfucking thing. Yes, Miss Parker. Oh man, she fucking punched the shit out of Gigi Dolan, man. But the woman on the outside, it's like violence is our normal, and she's like, it's only like that until we change it or something of that nature. And I haven't seen her wrestle once, but I've seen her on TV every single week. I've seen her on TV since she debuted. She's always in some promo segment or something. She's always in someone's face. She's always interrupting someone. I think this is the first time I've ever seen her get that close to the wrestling ring since she's been there. She's might have had like a couple of matches, but that's the closest I've personally ever seen her. Miss NXT, I don't know what the fuck her name is. That's the closest I've ever seen her get to that wrestling ring ever. She's like Eva Marie for real. Like she's allergic to wrestling. you know, she came here and said you can look at her. She ain't come here for you to fucking touch her, punch her, none of that shit. She ain't taking no bumps. She's winning and she's walking away. And it's crazy how memorable Eva Marie is compared to so many other women on the roster that are there week to week. Like, I really hope that Dewdrop learned something from Eva Marie other than to be irritated because that Eva Marie return was like phenomenal. It was phenomenal. It's like teach me how to be a superstar, not a professional wrestler, not a sports entertainer. Teach me how to be a superstar. That's Eva Marie for you. And I feel like NXT is just kind of filled with superstars. Like they're filled with so. It's like I wasn't there for like old school Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes, pro wrestling. Maybe I might have seen like a few guys in the golden era of professional wrestling, old like Jake Roberts or RVD right now. I got to see like RVD when he was pretty fit too, but I didn't get to see RVD in like his 20s and 30s. I didn't get to see any of these guys in their prime. NXT reminds me of that golden age of professional wrestling. The idea of it, the feel of it, you have all these different larger than life personalities gathered together competing for one spot. And it's very compelling TV. You don't have that on NWA or AEW or any of these other spots. Like what they're doing with NXT is very unique. And I would really like NXT to kind of run a gauntlet now that I'm giving it such high praise because this episode of NXT really did blow NWA out of the water. I did enjoy bits and parts of NWA, but I feel like they're going through like a major transition phase from being like the retirement home for ex WWE guys to really developing and becoming its own thing like it's doing right now. It's really becoming its own thing. And I keep saying that some nights of NWA, they might catch you. They might put on a pretty good show that might catch you. But either their target demographic is holding them back, either the creative is holding them back. I don't know, but NWA is very hit or miss because it seems to be like servicing this kind of like lowbrow white community rather than like what white people actually like. And I don't know what white people like. I don't like, I'm not like an expert. Maybe I should figure that out and figure out like what white people like. And I don't know. But if this is what white people like, Joe Biden's probably going to win the next election because it sucks. It sucked. Besides the King Bees winning, like this AJ Kazana, Joe Kazana shit, like, I don't fucking care. I don't care about Sion. I don't care about fucking Anthony Andrews. I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking get it. Like, you got a bunch of fat, out of shape white guys. Like, why is everyone so skinny fat on NWA? Like, go to the fucking gym. Take a month off. Everybody go to the fucking gym. Look like a fucking wrestler. If you're going to be a pro wrestler and you're not going to be a sports entertainer, look like a fucking wrestler. Everyone on fucking NWA looks out of shape. Why? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm going to come to NWA and do better. I'm just like saying it would help a lot. Finish season 17. Finish strong in season 17. Between season 17 and between season 18 of NWA, I keep saying NXT, between season 17 and season 18 of NWA, I really need everybody on that roster to spend a full business quarter in the gym. Take 3 months off. Reinvent the wheel. Make it the best goddamn wheel there ever was. Rebrand NWA, just like TNA rebranded. Rebrand NWA and get back out there and do something great. Because it's like, I get that you're trying to do this traditional thing with pro wrestling, but then do that and do it to the quality that it was done originally, you know? Don't say you're going to do it and then budget and skimp out here and there where you can to kind of maneuver your way through. You know, EC3 is a great guy to have as your champion right now. Mims would have been a really good guy to have as your television champion, but I get it. Max the Impaler is a lot more of like a crowd attraction. And I just like, I don't want NWA to end up just being some carny shit, especially when you're competing against NXT on the exact same night. And like, dude, NXT is a TV show. NWA is wrestling. And I feel like it's hard to compare a wrestling show to a television show. And I feel like that's what a lot, like I'm thinking about that now at WWE versus AEW or Ring of Honor or TNA. TNA is a wrestling show. Monday Night Raw is a television show. It's a spectacle. I don't want to get lost in the grandiose of everything because I feel like a lot of the times when one show wins over the other, it really is the storyline. It really is the production. It's the things that you can hire someone an extra $50,000 a year for rather than trying to do it yourself to save money. I'm not going to get into a tangent about business ownership because I'm not the greatest business owner in the world. I have a lot of capacity and room to grow. And I just really pray that Billy Corgan takes on that kind of mentality. I know he's a bit older up there in age and he probably feels like he has a great feel for things. I would like Billy Corgan to have the idea that he's still pretty new to this, even though he's been doing it for a while, and there's still capacity to grow. There's still room to hear other perspectives and other opinions. And that's all. That's it for me. And that was it for World War Wrestling. Shout outs to everybody that I mentioned earlier. Peace out.